Hey you guys, welcome back to the quiet countryside here in County Kilkenny. Today we're talking about no dig and why it may not be the best method for you to use if you're trying to work on your self-sufficiency or if you just want to get the best from your garden. So you may have noticed recently how some of the top gardening content creators are slowly backing away from the whole no-dig gardening method. And they're doing so by beginning to mention some of the problems with it, or by doing things like using a broad fork to dig before putting down a no-dig bed. How is that no-dig? So we're going to cover the three main problems with no-dig, and then finally share with you the simple method that we use that gives us huge harvests from tiny spaces. So one of the most common practices with no-dig is the use of cardboard as a weed suppressant or a mulch. But have you ever actually wondered what's in cardboard? Well, with the help of this ultra zoom camera, let's take a closer look. So as I change the angle on this, you can see the white reflective material that's all throughout the card. That's glue. That's the adhesive that holds all the paper pulp together. And you can quite clearly see it reflecting off the light. So we can see quite clearly that cardboard is laced with adhesive, and most of it is non-biodegradable. Some cases it is, but most of it isn't. Unfortunately, what that means is anyone who's used cardboard as a weed suppressant has not only polluted their land with that glue, but if they've grown on top of it, what they've grown can't be considered organic because they've just grown it on a load of adhesive. Delicious. Soil compaction is a natural process and is unavoidable for the most part without digging. When the soil is compacted, the plant roots won't really want to go down through it, and instead they'll develop a network of shallow, wide-spreading roots, which can leave them vulnerable to nutrient deficiencies as well as moisture deficiencies in hot, dry weather or times of drought. Repeatedly top dressing the soil is another fundamental of the no-dig gardening method. The first problem this creates is by adding more weight onto the top of the bed, further compacting the soil that was already an issue underneath. The second thing that this does is it encourages further the shallow root development of your crops, because all of the nutrients are now in the top layer and only a percentage of them will actually wash down. So this further encourages your nutrient problems. And what you see many people having to do then? They're running out to buy soil test kits or different nutrient supplements to try and fix the problem that they've created for themselves using this method. And that brings us on to the method that we use here that gives us such great results. Step 1. When your growing season has come to an end, don't water for a while. Let the soil dry out completely. This will make step 2 a whole lot easier. Once the soil is dried out, take your fork, dig it in and start to break up that soil by using this twisting motion like you see here. What that does is that brings the soil from the bottom up to the top and allows the soil from the top to go down to the bottom and get a good mix around. When you've added your fresh compost, do the same twisting method to mix that compost right in, down and deep. So that way the plant roots will be encouraged to go deep down to find the good nutrients, not just getting that little bit from the top layer. Just repeat this process the whole way through the bed until you get a good mix all the way along. Okay, so now that the soil is well mixed, fresh stuff with the old stuff, there's only one step left to do. That water is going to get right down in there pretty quick. It's also going to kickstart that soil biology back into life again after the disturbance. And within no time, all those colonies and everything that's going on underneath there will be as if nothing ever happened and they were never disturbed at all. So that's why the no-dig gardening method is not very good, especially if, like us, you're gardening for self-sufficiency, and having a good harvest at the end of it is really what matters. The no-dig method is okay if you're a hobby gardener and you want to drop a few names and stuff here and there, but in the real world, not so much so. We've come to understand that, like enemies, gardens work better after a good dig. I hope you've enjoyed the video, folks. Thanks very much for watching. Do take care of yourselves out there. I'll see you next time. Okay, one more time. Cardboard. Okay, honey. Okay. Now, one more. When your growing season is not just being able to drop a trendy name, or, you know, no, I don't know either. Stop, start again. Stop. Top dressing is another fundamental practice of the no-dig gardening method. Can you stop fucking banging here? Let me just put the lock on that. Get out. Get to fuck. It's okay, Toothless. It's okay. Good strawberries. Nice big strawberries.